Well, hi again, everybody. Today we're going to have a look at the simple past tense in terms of structure and how to recognize regular and irregular verbs, okay? Well, before we start, I want to introduce you a really useful tool for academic issues in the e-learning community. This is SlideShare. SlideShare is a website where the academic community uploads PowerPoint presentations to help people when they are lost in terms of any content or any issue they need to know about, where you are lost, when you don't know what to do, who to ask to. Don't worry, go to SlideShare, and in this place you see here it says Buscar. You're going to type the information you need to look for, and they're going to appear a series of PowerPoint presentations that are going to help you. Okay, basically this is not my own work, I need to mention the author of the work, which is teacher Laura Perez. She's a Spanish teacher at at George Washington Community High School. Okay, so it's important for you to take on account this. Okay, so let's start with the past simple. So before we start talking about the verbs, it's important for you to know that the simple past tense is used when you want to talk about some specific things that started in the past but finished in the past as well. For example, I took a shower this morning. Am I still taking the shower? I don't think so. I already started and I already finished. Okay? So let's start now talking about the verbs, regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs in past are formed by this ed at the end of the verb. And all the thing that you have to do is to add ed at the end. For example, we have play, then you have played, work, worked, stay, stayed, listen, listened. Notice that I'm not saying listened, I'm saying listened. It sounds like a T, okay? So when you want to recognize these verbs, it's starting by this part, the ed at the end, okay? Then let's go on the spelling of these verbs. Double the consonant if the consonant is stressed. For example, in the case of stop, stopped. You double the consonant, you see the final consonant. Swap, swapped. You see? Add only the when the verb ends in e, because you don't need to add an extra e. Love, loved, save, saved. And then verbs ending in y, preceded by a consonant, change the y into I and then add the ed. Sounds tricky, but it's easy. Hurry, hurried. You see, change the y for this I and then ed. Watch out. Play, played. Be careful with that one. Then we go. Regular verbs form. The irregular verbs form. The form changes from infinitives, usually with a vowel change. Be careful with these ones because they are called irregulars because they are not the same form and just add extra letters. They totally change in most of the cases. Okay? For example, speak, spoke, eat, ate, see, saw, fly, flew, think, thought. Then you have the verb to be. Be careful not to get confused with this one, okay? Because the verb to be is a verb that works also as an auxiliary, okay? You don't need to add any other auxiliary. For example, you have I, he, she, it, working with was, and you, we, they, working with were. Past simple use. As I told you, actions that started and finished in the past. I went to the beach last Sunday, so I'm not still on the beach anymore. I'm not in the beach anymore. And I bought a new car yesterday. I'm not buying the car now. Then we have actions that happen one after the other in the past, like story. He came in, took off his coat, and sat down. I went into the disco and I saw my favorite girl, then I asked her to dance. You see? Negative sentences. Be careful here because this is your auxiliary, okay? Did. Always when did appears in the sentence, you don't need to rewrite the verb in past. because did is telling you that the sentence is in past, that your context is in past. So did not plus the verb in its base form, not in past. I did not work yesterday, or I didn't because you can contract it, okay? I didn't work yesterday. How is the incorrect form here? I didn't work because you are doubling the past. You just need one part of the sentence to tell you the tense of it. For examples, I didn't go on holiday last year. It's the situation of most of us. And I didn't went on holiday last year. That's so far because you are saying did and the verb in past. Remember, did go, not did went. This one is wrong. You see, the face is about to cry. Negative sentences with be, they are different. You don't have to use did here. Be careful. Only was, were because they are auxiliaries, okay? So I was not at school yesterday afternoon, or I wasn't at school. Notice that I'm not writing I did not was. No, you don't need it here. Just was. They were not at home last weekend, or they weren't at home last weekend. You see? You don't need any other verb, you see? Was is the verb and is the auxiliary. So have that in mind, okay? Let's continue. Just no questions. Did is your auxiliary. What is showing you that you are making a question in English? That you start your sentences, your questions with the auxiliary. So did. As long as you see the auxiliary at the beginning, you say, oh my gosh, that's a question. Because you don't have opening question mark. You see, just the closing one. So did, subject, main verb. Be careful because the verb is still in the base form, not in past. And the rest of the sentence. So you say, did you work yesterday? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. You see? Then we have yes, no questions with be. Again, avoid using did here because that's a sin. Was, where plus subject. Was, where indicates that you are going to use one of them according to the person, the subject you have. Was where, subject, and the rest of the sentence. Were you at home last weekend? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Most of us were. Remember, positive sentences. I played football yesterday. I went home early on Saturday. Negative, I didn't play. You see, notice the difference. Played, because I have it here. I didn't play football yesterday and I didn't go home early on Saturday. Be careful. There's no question. Did you play football yesterday? Did you go home early on Saturday? Remember, did is here. You don't need the verb in past in its based form. Remember with be. I was in London. Don't write any other verb here because your verb is here already. They weren't at home last weekend. And were you ill yesterday? Oh, poor you. Well done. Okay. Thank you so much for having this video into account. You know that you can see it as many times as you need. And if you don't understand anything, don't forget to call me through Skype or send me an email because I'm totally willing to help you with any doubt. See you later.